Okay, we're on part 4 of 210, solving rational equations. This is a repeat lesson in case you need a little to listen to kind of solidify the whole lesson. So we went through these first two examples, and here's the third one on this page, where first we find the LCD, and we have to factor all the denominators to do that. So what you see in yellow highlighter is the original equation, and then we tack on the missing factor in each case, and we have these two where we need the missing factor, x plus 3 on the first term, and then x minus 3 on the last term. So let's go ahead and we'll distribute the numerators here, and we're going to keep the denominators. So it's going to be 6x plus 18, and that's over. And we can go ahead and multiply that through. It's going to be x squared minus 9 again, right? And this is equal to, then we have 8x squared over x squared minus 9. And then minus, here we have 4x squared minus, we're going to distribute here, minus 12x. Okay, and that's over x squared minus 9. So what we're going to do then is we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by x squared minus 9. And that means each denominator is then going to cancel, kind of like we did up here. Each denominator is going to cancel, so we're going to be left with 6x plus 18 equals 8x squared minus the quantity 4x squared minus 12x. Then we're going to go ahead and change this, add the opposite here. And we're going to combine like terms on the right-hand side of the equation. So that's going to give us 6x plus 18 is equal to, there we have a 4x squared, because it's 8x squared minus 4x squared, and then plus 12x. So we're going to subtract 6x from both sides and subtract 18 from both sides. So it's going to give us 0 is equal to 4x squared plus 6x minus 18. So we know it's a quadratic, so we have to factor to solve or use some method. But when we check this out, the first thing I would do is pull out a 2, and that would leave me with a 2x squared plus 3x minus 6. So we would still have to use either guess and check, or we could use factor by grouping if you want to split the middle term. So if you check this out, it's not going to work. The only possibilities, you could have a 2x and an x here, right? But if I put a 6 and a 1 here, no combination is going to work there. That's going to give you a 4x. If you put a 2 and a 3, the same thing. Anyhow, it's not going to work there. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to use the quadratic formula. So if you look, I've got that done ahead of time. So if you recall, the formula is, and I'll write that down here, the solutions for this type of equation for ax squared plus bx plus c, and we've worked on this before, just as a reminder, then would be x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and that's all over 2a. So once you name what your A, your B, and your C are up here, then you just plug them into the formula. And if you look what you get, x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 45 over 4. So that's going to be x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of, remember, it's 9 times 5. So then we can extract a 3. So that would be 3 root 5. And then that would be over 4. So you would have negative 3 plus 3 root 5 over 4. And you would have negative 3 minus 3 root 5 over 4. So these would be your two solutions for x. And if you look at the original solution, the original restrictions on the variable, you remember x cannot be plus or minus 3, right? If we look at this, plus or minus 3, that's not a problem here. Here's your solutions then for the last problem there that you have. So solutions to this equation are then going to be down below here. Okay. All right, that's the last video, just to review a few of these problems. I know these seem kind of complicated, but try to work some of these out and kind of get used to doing several practice problems every night just to get a little more into the game. Okay? All right, this is Mrs. Allen, and I'll see you when I see you.